Big Mouth versus the alleged gatekeeper.
Trailblazer versus Cisco.
Fight night, Kevin Holland versus Derek Brunson. Whole lot of talking. My name's Sho.
My name's JCali.
We're Side MMA, and this is the recap. Okay. Kevin Holland versus Derek Brunson. And was it the fight you were expecting?
No. I was looking forward to a little bit more fireworks, but Derek did exactly what he should have done and secured 5 rounds of takedowns.
Yeah. When it comes to this middleweight division, I feel like we've got some freaking fire fights are coming up. You know what I mean? Robert Whittaker.
Bang.
Freaking Paulo Costa, Kevin Gastelum, there's so many heavy hitters.
He's still there.
Marvin Vettori, Darren Till, and the king himself, Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, and let's not forget, even though he lost to Jan, he's still champ, baby.
He's still champ.
Still champ.
So, did this fight prove anything for either fighter?
Well, honestly, Kevin is kind of coming. I don't want to call him a hype train, but he is riding off kind of that hype momentum.
He is the chewing his
Yeah.
way through the division.
He's just a little engine that could, just going through the division. And then, let's just call it how it is. Brunson kind of has been treated as kind of like...
He is the gatekeeper.
Maybe not the gatekeeper, but maybe the keeper of the gate.
There it is. There it is. You know what I'm saying?
But, I think we do have to say that after his switch to Sanford MMA and with Henry Hooft, he showed some really great improvement. Particularly, I would say, with his composure. I think what gave Derek a lot of problems in his career was just opening up really widely with his strikes and leaving himself very open and really not utilizing his wrestling too much.
Yeah.
And I think Henry Hooft, with that camp that specializes in that strike kind of takedown fighter, they really cleaned up Brunson's techniques.
No, definitely. And I think, it's like we've seen it in his Israel Adesanya fight. We saw it in his Robert Whittaker fight. He would definitely overextend trying to get the takedown, you know what I mean? It was almost like he was going out trying to grab, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of like a zombie.
Like a zombie.
Or like a baby that wants some milk.
Ew. But no, that's exactly right. And you could tell it was so you could tell at that point Izzy and Robert, they could both just pick their shots.
Yeah, kind of take that just quick step back, then launch a strike.
Exactly. And that took him out.
With his past fights, especially with his Shabazian one, who's also a decorated striker. Well, not decorated, but known for his unique striking.
He put people out.
Yeah, he puts people out, and Derek really showed proper technique in mixing up his punches, then shooting for the takedown, changing levels, threatening the strike, switching levels.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened in this fight with Holland. I think that first slip, was not good.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, it kind of gave Derek a takedown without him having to try to get the takedown.
But in a weird way, that was a good sign of where the fight was gonna go. Because it was a mistake. But this is what I think about Kevin Holland. His fighting style is so wild, right? But I think we just realized a weakness.
Yeah, I think Derek just wrote the book on how to beat him.
Exactly.
From now on.
Because when he strikes, it's his strikes are so wild and there's so much power behind it, but he's always out of position once he's he'll do a crazy uppercut and then he's
or a flying hammer fist.
Exactly. Yeah. Or his leg, he'll do a freaking axe kick or something.
Just send his leg out, even though that's one of the biggest threats to getting taken down.
Exactly. And then Derek Brunson was just able to grab the dude and just smother him.
And I think what was also interesting and that needs to be noted is that when Kevin was on the bottom, he would lock up a body triangle. And normally, if you're trying to escape, you would do the exact opposite of that. You're going to open up your guard, push off the head, start shrimping, and try to get out. But when you lock up a body triangle, that's pretty much telling the opponent that you plan to stay there. I think with that said, though, he was really effective in rolling the strikes from the bottom. He didn't really... he never really ate anything major.
He's like a squiggly little eel. He was able to freaking...
Exactly, just
bob and weave. Yeah.
Swimming down there. But like a little tadpole. But
also though, I do think that it was a very smothering kind of fight. You know what I mean? It wasn't because Brunson was getting some elbows off and strikes, but it wasn't significant.
No, it wasn't in terms of damage. Kevin wasn't taking anything.
Yeah,
and then what was also alarming was that Like, even though Brunson wasn't really like trying to put him out with strikes, he was getting pretty tired.
Dude, by 4th or 5th round, you could tell.
He was just just breathing on him.
And the whole time, okay, this is, I think leading up to the fight, Kevin Holland, he's a talker. Everyone knows this. We all know that.
He was talking at weigh-ins.
Yep. He was talking during the press conference,
yep.
talking the pre-fight press conference.
The first thing you hear right after the referee gives the instructions is Kevin Holland talking.
Yeah.
He's like, "Thank you, doc."
Even during the corner, he was talking to Khabib.
Look. Now it's gonna be interesting. But I don't know. You have to stop his wrestling.
His corner wasn't even talking.
Yeah, his corner was like, "We know you're not going to listen right now, so just go ahead and get it out."
But yeah, I think Michael Bisping touched on this. It's really hard to, it's hard to basically have so much talking if you don't win. You know?
And if you're getting spanked.
If you're getting spanked, if you're getting taken down.
It's just a bad look.
It's a kind of a bad look.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing anything, but you're still talking. And I get it, that's like his personality, but like Derek Brunson, man, you cash them checks.
Yeah, I think we should talk about the second round though. He did hurt him.
He did drop him.
Yeah, he landed like really clean, like a laser beam right. And it's weird, like when Kevin throws his right hand, he like sends it from like the next door neighbor. Like he sends it from downtown and just launches it. But he was able to clip him, and then he actually dropped Brunson, but then Brunson survived and got the takedown, and then,
Dude, no, that's exactly it, though. Like, when Kevin was striking from the feet, dude, he was like a freaking artillery.
He sends it.
He just sends it.
And
he does open palm strikes, like freaking something out of,
like E-Honda.
Boom, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would just strike it. But I think, you know what? Derek Brunson, he like stuck with the game plan.
Yeah, and then I think he just wrote the book on how to beat Kevin from now on. And I think we should also note that if you guys watch the JRE episode with Kevin, he kind of talked about how he skips wrestling practice and he just doesn't like it at all. And like he'll be lazy during practice. I think that's like pretty alarming because he literally just saw it.
And tonight. I mean, against Derek Brunson,
the
dude is a wrestler.
Yeah. But good job on securing a takedown. He's the first to ever take Derek down.
That's true.
In the octagon.
That's
boom. Trailblazing, baby.
But yeah,
trailblazing.
The hard part now is that like it kills the hype on Kevin Holland.
Yeah, because if Kevin had won, then that would create like a narrative for him to start to get his way to a title shot, right?
Super close to a title, definitely.
But for Brunson, it's not necessarily the case because Kevin's ranked 10.
Yeah.
And in terms of the list of people he's beaten, I think the only like really significant one would be probably Jacare.
Right.
So,
I mean, at this point, I'm not sure where Kevin goes. I think he just
should go to the wrestling room. That's where Kevin should go.
1,000%, actually. Yeah, you
need
to hit those mats, bro.
Yeah.
But from there,
cauliflower ears.
I think, oh god, I think Kevin, I think he should go back to the drawing board and kind of just like game plan it out. I don't know who he fights next. I don't know if he should get anybody in the top 10. I mean, like he beat Jacare, which is a big deal. But
I think he should get like the next loser in the top 10. That's like the only fair thing to do.
And Derek Brunson wants Paulo Costa. How do you feel about that?
Dangerous fight, dude.
It's a dangerous fight.
Because it's not going to be necessarily like the same type of ease in taking down because Paulo's built like a fucking Mack truck.
Dude is a freaking yoked. He looks.
If Ricky Martin went on a cycle of Tren, Stenazol,
boom,
EPO, and some testosterone. Boom, Paulo Costa.
Because he has the body of those guys who do CrossFit and take CrossFit way too seriously. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to compete.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they have the abs that kind of come past their belly. You know?
It's like the abs that go past the chest.
Exactly.
And that's how strong they are.
Exactly.
But it's interesting that he called them out. He's suggesting that.
No, I think, what?
He's fighting Rob,
No, but
you can't count that out.
I think Derek Brunson should definitely. I think he should take that. Well, because Rob is now fighting Kelvin Gastelum.
Oh, stupid! Yes, so, he is crazy.
I think Give the man his shot. Because at this point, right, like, not a lot of people except for Rob is really gunning for a fight with Paulo
No one's
Costa.
making their case either for a title shot. That's strong. Yeah.
Except, dude, if
Rob does it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Give the man the title shot.
He really worked his way up from the mud. I feel like we said this last episode. Just give it to him.
Bobby Knuckles, bro.
He's earned it.
He earned it.
Yeah, but I also think that if Brunson were to beat Costa, like, that's a good case too.
No,
for a number one contender fight, at least.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Which is
title eliminator.
Crazy though, because Israel's beaten all of
everybody.
them already.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Exciting. I think middleweight is shaping up to be pretty exciting.
You know, nothing to take away from Brunson's victory either. You did it.
You stuck
Cisco
to the game
did
plan.
it, baby. Good job, Cisco.
Cisco.
Dong, 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 dong.
Also, though, Brunson looks like the guy from Kill la Kill. The blonde-haired one.
The bondage
guy?
guy?
The blondage guy? Dude, bro.
That is a specific reference only for our select viewers, but
I'll find it.
look it up. Look it up. Because it is spot on. Especially because of the tattoos.
Exactly. Boom.
授業中なんだけど。
Alright, moving on to the welterweight division fight. Kenan Song versus Max Griffin. And, oh man, before we get into this, I'm really sad actually that the Gregor Gillespie fight versus Brad Riddell was canceled.
Was looking forward to that.
That was my number one.
Yeah, Brad Riddell's just a freaking scrapper. And Gregor Gillespie, you know, before
the Kevin
Lee knockout, you know, he was on a tear.
Yeah, so
really good wrestler, so
that would have been exciting.
Yeah, it would have been exciting.
So I really want to see that coming up.
Fuck you, COVID.
But moving on, Kenan Song versus Max Griffin. And dude, Max Griffin looks like he is a wide receiver. He should be walking down the tunnel wearing his freaking Fear of God shoes and a Gucci backpack. You know what I'm saying?
He's that D1 commit from Ohio State that all of a sudden got a really nice car from his uncle.
Boom.
He's like, no, my uncle paid for it.
And once he signs his contract, he buys a house for his mom.
I bought my mom a house. I got $42 million guaranteed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But on the other side, Kenan Song looks like the yoke version of the kids in my AP math class.
Yeah, shouts out Lucas. Lucas Chan. You look like the homie Lucas Chan. It's kind of racist, but it's okay. Because we're Asian.
Yo. Anyways, these guys, welterweights, you know, they look like pretty...
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah, they look like welterweights.
They look on the heavier side of the welterweight.
For sure.
Definitely the guys that have to cut.
They're probably walking around like
Yeah.
180, 190.
Yeah, but not much to say about this fight. It ended so quickly. You know, there was no feeling out period for Griffin at all.
Came out
He
swinging.
came out very aggressive.
like a freaking wild
Yeah,
man.
just like the Tasmanian devil. Yeah. No, but he was just swinging very, like, he threw wild kicks, wild punches really early. And then if you look at Kenan Song's eyes, like, they got wide-eyed fast.
No, he
was
looked
like
he was like, oh shit.
He was like, oh shit, not liking this at all.
Yep.
And I believe the knockout combination was a straight right counter off of kind of a lazy low kick from Song. So that right hand counter went straight to Song's chin, backed him up onto the cage.
Yep.
As he was being backpedaled, Griffin was able to land a left hook,
Yep.
which then took Song off his feet. And as he was falling back into the cage, he lands a right hand to the chin, knocks him out.
And yeah,
Freaking sick.
It was really clean, I have to say. You know, like the whole
Clean
time,
strikes.
I think like, because it did seem like, you know, Max would kind of like,
Tire up.
sort of, but it also seemed, you know, when he was going in, like kind of like a wild man, right?
Yeah.
He would definitely eat shots. Like he was eating a couple of shots from Kenan as he was going in.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like he was able to hit him with like a left hook, and then Kenan was able to drill him with like a really quick right. You know what I mean?
But it was kind of one of those, like, because there's like different degrees of like counter punching, right? Like, so like Kenan's counter striking looked like he was trying to backpedal and strike at the same time,
right?
Which, you know, like takes away a lot of power from that strike. You know, it's like a non-fully committed counter. So even though he was able to get the shot in, I don't think it really hurt Griffin.
Right.
He was able to press anyway.
Right.
You know, And even if you look at his face, right, it looked like he didn't want to stay in that pocket and then throw.
Well, see, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Kanan was necessarily... It's not like his game plan is counter-punching, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just like, this is what I gotta do to stay alive right now. You know, because Max was pouring it on.
Right away.
It's crazy to see these kinds of, like, heavier fighters kind of, like, implore that, like, really wild style. Because you kind of wonder, like... If this had gone to, like, the second or third round, would he have been able to keep that up?
How would his gas look?
Exactly.
So I think Bisping made a comment, and you can actually hear it from the TV, too. He was starting to breathe heavy within, like, the first 30 seconds because he was just throwing so much.
But, dude,
Yeah. It worked out, though. He
freaking found his mark. Freaking found the deer. Kept it quiet. Bam!
Boom. Peking duck, baby.
Boom. Duck hunt.
Who did he call out?
He called out Jeff Neal.
Oh,
so Jeff Neal's coming off of a loss
to Benil.
Yeah. No. Jeff Neal is coming off of a loss to Wonder Boy. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Welterweights.
Oh, Benil's a lightweight.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. He got lit up by Wonder Boy.
Yeah. Like, he got completely pieced up.
Dude. The dark horse, bro. Wonder Boy's up there.
Give that man a shot.
Give that man a shot.
But I think Jeff Neal, you give it to him. Yeah. I think, it's like he's coming off a loss. Griffin's coming off a win.
Freaking man, though, dude. Jeff Neal.
They're all, yeah. So, I mean, I think it's a good matchup.
It's a good matchup. I don't have any qualms with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Dana?
Congrats.
Yep.
Dana, make it happen. Congrats, Griffin, on your win. I almost said Song Yadong. Keenan Song, come back strong.
Boom.
Hey, bars.
It doesn't
that's like a double-vested vest.
All the colors look good.
There they go. Jeez. My two young fellas from Pittsburgh. Man, look at him. Got the long trench coat.
That's Coates
got the
and Martavis
That's
Bryant.
Coates and Martavis Bryant, man. Them
And
guys
he's
right
rocking
there
that
look clean.
hat well.
Okay, moving down the list. Cheyenne Bees versus Monsteratt Canejo. And, wow. This is a frustrating...
It was super frustrating.
Yeah, it's a frustrating fight. I have to say, I don't want to say that, I'm rooting for either fighter, but yeah, it's like...
you want the fight to be competitive.
Yeah.
As a fan.
But, man, it's one of those things where if you're good at one thing, I guess you do it.
I don't know if you've ever played the OG UFC games. But it's like, as you level up your character, you get stat points, right?
Right.
And then, like in the career path... And then you put the stat points in, like, specific moves and to level up the move. It could be, like, Superman punch or, like, leg kick and level up that move. It's like she took 50 levels worth of stat points and put it into head and arm throw. Like, that's all she had. Head and arm throw. Head and arm throw. Yeah, but as soon as she would get it, she would get it.
She would
like,
always
as soon as
get
she
it.
locked it up, she would get it. It was freaking crazy.
I mean, the whole, I feel like you could probably pause the fight throughout the 15 minutes, and they would probably be in the same position.
Yeah, or if, you played a random part of the fight, and then asked the person, be like, do you remember what part of this round it was? You wouldn't be able to tell. It could have been any of the 5 rounds, or 3 rounds, I mean. Because it just happened over and over again.
It's like one of those things, if you play, old school Super Smash... I forgot whose grab was really good. It was Jigglypuff. And then when you get really close, yes.
Yeah.
And then it could just grab you and just grab you and grab you, and there's nothing you can do.
You could do some ice climber shit.
That's what that's exactly what it felt like.
But it just seemed like she was too top heavy for Baze to roll her off. So for those of you who don't know, head and arm throws are usually really discouraged in professional MMA because when you do that to someone, you put yourself in a position for your back to be taken very quickly, right? But for some reason, it could be just superior jiu-jitsu on Kanea's end. But Baze wasn't able to get any hooks in every time she got taken down.
It just seemed like it was a discrepancy between strength.
Yeah. It didn't seem too much like a technique discrepancy. It was more of a strength issue. She was just a lot stronger than her.
Yeah. Because I think Baze did a good job of keeping the arms.
Yeah, making sure she wasn't crucifix.
Yeah,
and then put into the arm lock.
Because it was so close. I think, and we saw it all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
She just kept it there, and she was smart to, try to basically hook the leg in and try to pull her.
But every time she would hook the leg in, like, Canejo would just shrug it off real quick.
Shrug it off and just get right back into position.
Get right back into it and start doing those little rabbit punches to the head.
Yeah. It's hard to say that it was, like, there was a lot of damage.
There was no damage at all.
Yeah.
And then once they were on the feet, like, we should say that, Baze was throwing fire. She was throwing some heat.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah.
The striking.
The discrepancy there was on the ground. There was an equal, if not greater, discrepancy on the feet as well.
Definitely.
On the opposite side, Baze was way better at striking than Canejo. Again, stat points, all on the head and arm throw. 0 stat points anywhere else.
It's the same thing almost at the Brunson and the Holland fight, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have 2 fighters, right? And they maxed out 2 different skill sets.
Yeah.
And then one just seemed like...
Who employs their game plan better?
Better, exactly. Yeah. Which one was the opposite, right? It's like a water and fire situation.
Yeah, oddly enough, like the most action was at the end of the fight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like,
that was my favorite part.
Yeah. We were like, give him another round.
Yeah, because Baze came up, she was heated.
She was pissed. She's like, you just gonna hold me down there? You just gonna hold me down there?
And Canejo came out with the middle fingers. She was talking shit. I think in Spanish.
This is universal though.
This is
same in every language. So yeah, but I mean, congrats on your win. What weight class are they?
Straweight.
Gosh, that's just not gonna work on.
Let me check.
Straweight. Like that's not gonna work on Zhang.
Oh no, God no.
I would love to see someone try to head and arm throw Zhang and see how that goes.
See, that's the thing. That's exactly. It's like the problem with fighters who have one thing.
Yeah.
Is that if you have any, if you find a way to basically stop their one thing.
Yeah.
Then what else you got?
Yeah, and like she was like eating some strikes from Baze before like all the head and arm throws happen. Like if you were to eat that from someone like Zhang,
ooh,
that's night tonight.
Dude, you're gonna wake up.
That's a NyQuil extra strength.
Yep, that's not gonna be good. So
waking up on Chinatown.
Yeah, but hopefully from here Canejo kind of like, I mean, if she's able to like crispen up her striking.
Yeah. Just become more complete in general.
Yeah, it's really the only way. Because once you get to that top 10, top 5, even in the women's division, there are some fucking killers.
Yeah, because it wasn't even just like, I could understand if you committed to becoming a good grappler in general as a whole.
Right.
But it was more like she only committed to like getting good at that one move.
And she's really good at that one move.
Not to take away from the one move, it ultimately worked. But
like Naruto really had the Rasengan. You know what I mean?
And as the manga progressed, the Rasengan just changed.
Exactly.
And got better.
So maybe she'll just get more variations.
There it is. She'll get a windmill head and arm throw.
What? So yeah, I think what. It'll be exciting to see how both fighters their game
come
plans
off this.
Yeah. So,
but shouts out to it was a good fight.
Yeah. Good job, Canejo.
Next up, a women's strawweight bout. Monsteratt Canejo takes on Cheyenne Baze.
Okay, now. More fire out of the bantamweight division. I have to say, this division is really getting exciting.
And like, what a way to start the main card, bro.
Adrian Yanez versus Gustavo Lopez. Holy crap. This fight is like the bull versus the matador.
Yeah, if a bull was just super agile and could change directions really well.
Exactly.
And just didn't come forward.
Lopez was that bull, and Yanez was the ultimate matador.
Like the ultimate matador.
Yep.
Yeah. What amazing. That was like a textbook class on counterstriking.
Yes.
It was like hard to understand how you could have that good of timing.
Yeah, but it's crazy because I have to say that, like Lopez, although he did, ultimately lose, he was still really, I have to say, like, he was quick on his feet. He was bouncing around. He got in, he got out, and
he had supposedly the heavier strikes too.
And he switched stances kind of like seamlessly, and
very seamlessly.
He was able to get into the pocket at some points, and you know, he still connected.
Yeah, but it was weird because most of the time, so he spent a lot of the fight kind of on the outside, switching stances, then entering, right? But every time he entered, he would just enter just to leave again, just to exit again.
Right.
It was not like he was like within every time he would step into the pocket, he committed to a strike.
Right.
He would do that kind of seldomly. Yeah. But I think it's because when he did go in the pocket to commit to a strike, it was
Yanez would catch him.
It was met with a nasty counter, like just a hook over the top. Dude. Just crazy.
Yeah, like Yanez, I have to like.
Yanez got that sonic boom hook.
It was like Yanez. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell between his hooks and his straight punches because his hooks were so quick.
Fast. They're like jabs.
It was so fast. Like the way that he's able to just like angle it in, right?
Yeah.
Like when Lopez would come in, he would angle it in perfectly.
Yeah,
to
over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder, exactly.
Shoulder.
Kind of miss it and then hit him right across the face. And you're just like, God dang, does this guy have a heat-seeking missile in his freaking hand?
Just that aimbot.
Exactly.
That aimbot hand. But I did notice, though, and it's kind of common for fighters who have really good footwork, Lopez does keep his hands kind of down.
Right.
And then I noticed that when they were playing slow-mo, so some of the strike exchanges, when Lopez jumps in with his jab, so typically... the way kind of like boxing is designed is that at the end of each of your strikes, you should be protected. So let's say you're throwing a jab, right? Your shoulder should be protecting your chin and your other hand should be protecting your face. When Lopez was going in for his strikes, he was kind of going in from here, which left his chin very open for the counter hooks.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened.
And that's exactly, I mean, you saw it in the fight, right? It's just, and also I think Lopez did, you know, obviously he has the power and you could tell that he was trying to take his head off, right?
Yeah.
So he'd swing the punches almost like kind of wildly. And it was able to catch, but I think at some points it was kind of like getting easier for Yanez to read.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, even though a wild strike will have a lot of power, because it's not landing crisp, a lot of that power is dissipated. So that could also be why Yanez was not bothered by the power at all.
Yeah, I mean, Yanez did not look phased.
No.
Like, he would catch him and he'd just be like, I'm still in your face, fool.
Yeah, and then just like every time he would catch Lopez would go back to his little bounce switch stance, go and get hit again, bounce switch stance, and then Yanez would just stand there waiting for the next one.
It was
crazy.
It was like watching like two completely different fighter. It was such a crazy thing because it's like one you see like super active, bouncing around, like being crazy.
Yep.
The other guy just standing still.
He's like a praying mantis,
dude. Yes,
he's just waiting for it, and it fucking happened that third round. Holy shit. So yeah, he pulled just the nastiest pull counter. You know, keep in mind Lopez had already ate, you know, a Lunchables worth of counter strikes.
In the second round, he was also able to knock him down with that uppercut.
He knocked him
left.
down. Yeah, he knocked him down first round and second round. So,
and
so he's knocked twice.
So beautiful.
So he just did a nice pullback right hand. So off of Lopez's kind of lazy jab again, or it could have been. I think he was standing in. Southpaw. So it was a left straight. Yanez just pulled back. You know, let that strike slip him a little bit, then send it right back with his own counter right, and just
freaking beam, just right down the middle,
just like a slingshot, and then put him out. It's freaking crazy.
Oh man, yeah, seriously, Adrian Yanez, like, it's so exciting.
He's a problem.
He is a problem. And this bantamweight division, man, is now becoming a killer's row of killer's row.
Yeah, I think it's starting to contest lightweight in terms of like how many killers there are in it.
And, I mean, we touched on this before, but like, you know, obviously Aljamain Sterling versus Jan. There's also freaking TJ Dillashaw coming back versus Corey Sandhagen.
And then Mr. Garbrandt himself
versus Rob Font, the freaking...
Sir.
What is they from? The... Something Cartel.
Oh, dude. Freak. Jersey. Isn't he from Jersey?
Yeah. He's with Cater.
Yeah.
Dude. They are
Killers Row.
Killers.
That's cell block B, baby.
But I have to say, Adrian Yanez, get a few more wins. He's right up there.
I think it's with his last couple performances, like with that head kick knockout and this counter knockout, he is now in this like kind of precarious position where the UFC might treat him like the next hype train, which I wouldn't want to happen to him.
Honestly, though, I think that he might be ready for top 15. At least top 15.
But I think that's what they need to do. Build him up a little bit slower.
Oh, as opposed to like just throw him into
throwing
top
him
10.
into number 5 or number like 8 or something like that.
Yeah, because it would. I don't know, like if he was to get like a Jimmy Rivera or like a Pedro Munoz. I don't know.
Like Pedro, like someone who could take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope the UFC builds him up because he has some star potential for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't deny how crisp that striking was, and his footwork. He's kind of like a young Masvidal. A young bantamweight Masvidal with that counter bang and then like a nice little shuffle step.
Dude, crisp like some romaine lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Like some Rice Krispies.
Boom. So.
Like a fresh croissant.
Dude, I love croissants.
Dude, I love croissants, dude.
Adrian Yanez, congratulations. Sick win, bro.
Stop! I could have dropped my croissant.
Okay, and the fight to start off the main card. Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa versus Harry Hunsucker. You know what, though? I think what we all thought was going to happen, happened.
Yeah, we all knew how this fight was going to end. Someone was going to get nuked.
Yeah.
That's just how it is at heavyweight. But let's just, Tai Tuivasa, rivaling Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa for best body in the UFC, baby. First team all body.
Dude.
Look like a damn Greek statue, Tai Tuivasa.
But Tai Tuivasa, like, I know he's had some hiccups in the past, but damn it, he is an entertaining
Always
guy.
exciting to watch.
Always exciting to watch.
Not even for his fighting necessarily, but more of his personality.
He's
such a cool guy.
Like a guy you just want to go get a beer with.
Maybe not out of a boot.
No.
I don't know if I'm with that.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
But I love to get a beer with the
Yes.
dude and just kick it. The guy seems like such a nice guy. He seems like such a cool dude, but he's always ready to scrap.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys who's just like, he's kind of like a soccer hooligan, like a Samoan soccer hooligan. Like, they're really friendly, but they'll be willing to fuck anybody up at an instant,
Yep.
Tai Tuivasa.
And that's, I mean, like, you know what, though? Again, we just saw it. I think as he's progressed, he seems to be sharpening up his game.
Yeah, not being so wild with exchanges.
Yeah.
More intelligent in how he conserves his energy.
Yeah, because I know that he started training now out in Abu Dhabi with Gokhan Saki.
Oh, shoot. I know he was doing his wrestling at AKA.
Yeah.
That's like really good.
So I think, it's like he's kind of like formatting the tools that he needs.
Yeah, to become like a complete fighter.
Yeah, and I think, in this fight, it was quick, but, like his leg strikes, like the calf kicks, you could tell really hurt Hunsucker, and then, he just like put it all together and he was able to basically like weaken the legs and then just pick them apart with his punches.
Yeah, it just happened real fast too. That
Real
exchange was
fast.
so quick. I do have to say though, Hunsucker has like pretty deceptively fast hands.
Yeah.
Because like in the one exchange, even though he didn't land anything, he sent those out quick. Just
I mean, I think he might have grazed him, but it's just like, you know what? When you're fighting people who could drop you at any second, it's gonna be some risk.
Them King Kong looking motherfuckers.
Dude, he's got coconut bombs. No, that's Ptolomaki. But dude,
I know what you mean though.
He's got the bombs, dude. You got the freaking, in Mario, the freaking missile guys, he's got that for hands, dude. Mm-hmm. He's got that for hands.
Mm-hmm. He's like the whale guy in Lilo and Stitch.
Like, dude was a dick. But exactly. So, you know what? Like, heavyweight Tai Tuivasa, he's coming to smash.
Yeah.
So, I really hope we get to see more Bam Bam.
Yeah. What's next for Bam Bam, though? Like, who do you give him?
I don't know. Do you think he's ready for top 15?
I don't know. I don't think so, though.
It's hard because I have to say this heavyweight division...
It's very shallow.
It's shallow, but, like, the discrepancy with the top 10, 5 through 10, I think, is,
I think in heavyweight also it's starting to become a division where you have to be an athletic heavyweight now.
Right.
Because the top guys are like, let's just say how it is. They're not built like the other dudes.
Right.
They're a little bit more ripped, a little bit more quick,
That's true, because that's the problem, right? Is that when you get to these, like Francis Ngannou, Stipe Miocic, like they are like, they are athletic, but at that weight class.
Yeah, athletic at that weight class, like not 260 and soft.
Exactly.
Like 260 and lean.
Like they have the power to put you out, but they're also fast.
Yeah.
And that could be a problem.
That could be a problem for
So,
Bam Bam.
Like, hopefully, you know what? Like, I think you just got to keep working on the game, keep getting better. I mean, you know what? We say this, but Derek Lewis, man. Like, the phenom
He is
himself.
Deceptively athletic, though. He hides all the athleticism under there
That's
somewhere.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What if, you know what? Like, Tai Tuivasa, like, just implores the same secrets that Derek Lewis has. You know, it just...
It's all in the fried chicken, baby.
Dude, Derek Lewis...
Yep.
Seriously, the guy does... I mean, you would see him on the street and you'd be like, yeah, that guy could probably put you out. But you wouldn't think, like, that guy is going to be one of the most competitive heavyweights in mixed martial arts.
Like, if you saw him on the streets, you'd be like, I just got to dodge the big punch. Then, all of a sudden, you find out, no, I got to dodge the flying knee.
The flying knees. 3 in a row.
On some Sagat shit.
So... You know what? I think Tai Tuivasa has a bright future. This heavyweight division has a bright future with UFC 260 next week. It's going to be a fire one.
And we'll be there with you. Side MMA out.
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot.
I understand.